Hi guys, let's continue with the China-US relationship. And last time we talked about Deepseek, and I just want to update that my personal experience with that, and I've been trying to use it, but almost always came up with very slow or not bootable the server. So and as a user, located in the U.S., I don't think that DeepSeek will give me much that is extra that I cannot find, I cannot get from U.S.-based AI platforms like ChatGPTs and Gemini's and then Cloud and stuff like that, and even Microsoft Copilot sometimes, right? And I guess the real significance of a DeepSeek is, on the supplier side. And I think I'm glad to hear that Sam Altman of ChatGPT openly said that we have been on the wrong side of history and we should be open resources and then get more innovations. I'm happy to see that because that's what the international competition is all about. We have a positive spillover. We have a positive effect from competition. Especially when the competitors are close to each other. So it's like running, 400 meters dash or 100 meters dash. If one guy is totally leading the way, the other guys are way behind it, that's not very exciting, right? But when you have two dashers close by to each other, that suddenly makes the game more interesting, more exciting. And I think that's what we are seeing now. Um, on the supply side, again, I think the significance of a DeepSeek, it's not that much in the technical side, although it has some technical innovations, right? The innovation, the ideas are very brilliant, but it's more on the business side, meaning that it open another route to of a competition. So we won't have the wrong idea that the only people with a significant capital or intensive capital can play the game. We hope that someday that many small app will be produced and then will be computing based on a cheaper platform using the open source and some modifications and they have new resources. Of course, the other direction is agentic AI, meaning that the other day I was thinking about um, we when we were studying the healthcare, we often found out that some patient get on the wrong ambulance, get into the wrong ICU in the wrong hospitals. Those kind of thing we will try to stop that from prevent that from beginning. Why? Because with agentic AI, the AI becomes your agent. Right now, the AI is kind of two-dimensional. You ask question, they give you an answer. Everything stays on the platform on the computer screen. But when the agentic AI, we will develop the AI will be with you, and when you get in the wrong ambulance, the AI will remind you, say, "Hey, tell the ambulance staff that send me to a different hospital. Otherwise, I may get a huge bill for the ambulance service, but also for the ICU, for the emergency ER care." So those kind of things will make it an AI far more powerful than it is now. So now we're talking about which AI platform give us the best answer, detailed answer, the math answers, the STEM answers. But that's just one side of it. The real issue is that to make AI become your agent, a personal agent to go with you. So also in the future, like this AI LA fire, if we have a lot of Internet of Things, the little device that can directly detect the early fire and then have the sprinkler to kill the fire in the very beginning, then saves us huge amount of trouble, saves us a huge amount of capital. We don't have to have a like a multiple state firefighters coming to save fire, and because the fire will be killed in the early beginning. So that's kind of a direction that we are going. Okay, so now I'm just saying that the significance of DeepSeek, it's not so much on the technical side, but all more on business side. That reduce the cost of AI, accessibility of AI to ordinary people. That said, I just really want to. I was feeling excited when I read the other day a piece of a comment written by Bloomberg chief economist. His name is Tom Orlick. In 2020, he wrote a book, China, uh, the bubble that never pops. And this year he wrote another blog and is saying that why China's bubble has not popped yet. Okay, so I think these guys really have a deep understanding of Chinese economy and also deep understanding of Chinese government policies. All he's talking about is that basically a lot of the things that we can be avoided, especially the crisis, may be avoided if we have a smart policy. Okay, for example, a good example is like a 2008 subprime mortgage crisis. We have a lot of Wall Street companies bankrupted, and a lot of companies, a lot of consumers, uh, by the unthoughtful, unprepared leverage of opening real estate mortgage to everybody, whether they are qualified or not, whether they have the capability to pay back or not. So that goes all the way to the disaster because a lot of people, homeowners, they ended up defaulting because they cannot pay the mortgage loan back. And then that's how we get a huge disaster. We have a bubble that bursted. Okay, but China is same thing. Here it's a very good example to show that the policy and due diligence, careful planning can make a huge difference. You know, for example, back in 2020, China's economy, real estate is like 24% of the domestic GDP. Okay, but the high tech innovations only like 11%. By 2024, that percentage has changed. The real estate has been down to 15%, but the high tech sector has been up to 11%. So Tom was saying that by 2030 or 2036, the ratio may be reversed. That we have a Chinese economy may depends more on the silicons than cement. Cement meaning the real estate, right? Silicon means the high tech innovation. Okay, so that won't be surprising me right now. China, Beijing, the Chinese leader, they have a thinking that we better start early before the bubble bursted, uh, bringing disastrous consequences. We better do that right now, right away, and then we basically poke a little holes on the bubbles and so let the air out a little bit, and that inevitably will have some pain, short-term pain, but it's better than long-term suffering, long-term disaster, long-term crisis. Again, that's how the Chinese people, Chinese leaders are thinking. Okay, and there's other things. Basically, if you look at the institutional economics, you see that two kinds of institutions. One is political institutions, another is economic institutions. China's focus has been focused on the a perfect in making the economic institutions better and better. So we can, before the crisis happened, we already work on it. We will prevent it from happening. So that's why Tom was saying that China's bubble never pops because they do the preventive jobs, and unlike the American regulators, the Washington political leaders, uh, they did not see, they were just sitting too relaxed, too complacent, and without the insight to see the crisis coming up. And so, which obviously Chinese approach is better than the American approach, right? So that's why right now Washington has been taking 1 or 2 pages from China's playbook, especially on the, on the economic institutions. China also cracked down on the shadow bankings and the technology monopolies and stuff like that. So it turns out to be um, very effective. Okay, why? Because they have the vision to see the problem and ended up doing that to fix that before it's too late. So that's the thing. That's the basic story. Let's stop here.